By the power of Grayskull.
Hello, this is just Chivalry 2 for the PS4. It's just a quick first impressions. I literally only heard about this the other day, and it got released on the 8th of June. It's now like the 22nd, I think. So I was late to the party because everyone's been playing this for a long time apparently. But this is like your customization. You can change from the Mason Knights, the Mason Order to the Agatha Knights. Agatha is blue, Mason Order is red. You can change all your different class of people. There's 4 different classes. You can change like the head type, eye color, beard, hair. But you have to earn coins by playing the game, and then you can like unlock stuff. There is 1 or 2 options available, like when you first get it. If you haven't earned any coins yet, you still can customize it to a certain extent. I think it looks good with face paint, and I took the helmets off. But on me Mason Knights, they're all wearing helmets, so it's good how no matter what color you are, you can individually customize each person, which is good. You get to change the armor set, the helmet, the heraldry, which is basically just the design on the front, and you can change your weapons as well. When I first put it on, I didn't realize that, like, even though there's a massive list of weapons, you can't use most of them until you rank that class up. So if you use your knight a lot and get your knight to rank 2, then you've got a different weapon to choose from when you do your loadout. So it's, you've got to progress by playing the game, which is fair enough. I mean, you've got to earn something. There are microtransactions, but it is like just for cosmetic stuff. And you see some people running around with like feathers in the hair, in the helmets, and that's just because they've had the day 1 release, I think, or it's like the Ultimate Edition or something. You get some extra like bells and whistles to go on top. But apart from looking cool as fuck, there's nothing really like to it. But you can go into the store and you can pay real world money, and you can unlock stuff ahead if you want, like if you don't want to earn it, which is shit. But it's up to you if you want to do it. But it do exist in the game. But like I said, it's nice to be able to customize your blokes and have them like all looking uniform if you want them all looking the same. You could have them all same haircut and everything if you wanted. This is basically like one of the scenarios where you just have a massive fight in this the what's it called, the like fighting pit. It's not the pit, it's just like a gladiatorial fighting arena, and you just get it's like red v blue, and it's just everyone teams. But this is just one of the many maps that you get put on. I mean, there's different maps where you do like castle sieges, which I prefer much. Like they're much more entertaining when you play like a real life like village with a castle at the top of the hill, because you've got to gradually make your way there in stages. The first time you put it on, you might be attacking the village, so you're literally fighting villagers with pitchforks and stuff, so you can go in and kill them. And subsequently, if you're defending, then you are one of the villagers, and you can defend with the pitchfork and stuff until you get killed. And then once you're dead, then you can spawn in as any other class you want. It's a bit like Star Wars Battlefront, but medieval. That's the best way to describe it. It is just Battlefront with medieval theme. You pick your different class, you can upgrade stuff, you can make your blokes look like customised. The fighting is quite hard, just to get used to the timing of it, because it's a big heavy axe. It takes you like an extra second or 2 to actually swing it, so you've got to get your timing right. But you can block and you can riposte, where you'll like block their hit and you can hit them straight back. It's like a counter really. You can like dodge with X and move out the way, The button system is good considering it's like converted from PC. It has translated okay to the controller, because obviously it's much easier to play with a mouse than it is with a controller. But when it comes to the fighting, I think when you're swinging your weapons, like R1 is a stab, R2 is like a slash. If you hold it in, it's a heavy slash, and L1 is like an overhead slash, and then you've got triangle as a special move, and like all of these moves consume your yellow bar, which is your stamina, and you know, so you've got to use them like sparingly. Don't go ballistic and just spam, because you'll just get killed if you keep spamming. It's all about just waiting for your opportune moment to strike or to defend. It's up to you what you want to do. You can actually just block, but you can't hold block. You see the little shield in the middle of the screen when you block? It slowly depletes. So you can't just stand there and hold block on, which is good because it stops you from like just cheating basically. So it's always best to just block at the last second, so you're not holding block on all the time, because people can press circle and kick you to break the block open. So it's basically like a game of chess or anything like that, where it's you versus somebody on a one-on-one. You've got to use initiative, you've got to be quick thinking, you've got to be inventive. You know, it just depends how you want to attack someone. Like if you're quick enough to react on the like buttons, like with your hand dexterity, you can like pick stuff up and chuck it at them. So you can literally like chuck an axe at someone and then run up to them and pick the axe back out of their body and then chuck it again at someone else. Or you can become like a spearman, and you've got spears or javelins and you can hoy them and you just keep replenishing them. So there is different play styles. You can either be a melee person where you're going in and just attacking people straight up, or you can be somebody who shoots from range, or you can mix it up. But like basically anything you can pick up. If you see something on the floor like a stone or like a chicken or like anything really, you can pick it up and throw it. That includes like people's arms and legs and heads. You can pick them up and chuck them. You know, just you can use anything as a weapon. It's basically just everybody v everybody. I mean, it's teams mainly when you're doing the scenarios like this, where you're attacking the actual castle and stuff. You've got objectives to do, like burn the castle down, use the catapults, or protect the trebuchets. Or this is the one I was talking about, how you're like a peasant, and you're actually, you know, you're actually fighting as the peasants. It's only just for the first bit. And then next time I spawn in, I'll spawn in either as another peasant, because we're still on this part of the map, or I'll spawn in as like a soldier. But you can actually get different fighting moves, like I said, you can like parry, you can riposte, you can actually like feint, where you look like you're going to say jab them with R1, but just as it's in the animation of jabbing, you can press a different attack button like L1 or R2 and it'll change. So if somebody's trying to get a perfect parry on you, or like you know, like they're trying to block you, then you can like fake a shot, fake a stroke, and then come in from a different direction with a different attack. So there is tactics to play, and it's not a simple button bash. You can choose between third person and first person. You can just change on the fly anytime you want. You just tap the middle touchpad on your pad, and you can, on the controller I mean, and you can you know, you can just do that. I prefer to fight when I'm doing melee. I prefer to fight in third person, because you can see when people are trying to surround you, and you can see a better angle of fight. When you're in first person view, I prefer to do that when I'm an archer and I'm shooting things, or even if I'm just a normal soldier and I'm trying to aim and like throw my weapon, I'll quickly just tap the touchpad and I'll go into the first person view so I can just get a better accuracy. There you see how people are chucking rocks over the edge just to defend the castle. That's what I like about it, because I'm a big history buff. Like, I love anything history, and the medieval time is just the best time for warfare, I feel. Um, you know, it's like before any kind of long-range warfare really took place. So there's lots of armed, like, combat. And it's one of those games where they haven't really got much to offer in terms of game modes. I mean, you've got a free-for-all, which is basically what you see here, but instead of teams, it's just literally everyone v everyone, which is much harder because you tend to die a lot more because you're getting attacked from all angles and nobody's on your side. At least this, you've got people who are fighting with you, so you've got a bit more time to like be composed and like look to see where you need to be and stuff like that. When you've got everyone v everyone, like, it's just chaos. I mean, it's already chaos, but again, if you look at the button prompts, you've got square for battle cry, and they're like emotes and emojis. If you hold in square, it brings up a weapon wheel, and you've got like loads of different things to say: laugh, cry, shout, like all this stuff, being sorry or whatever. But you can then press L1 and R1, and you've got like 3 separate emote wheels. So there's 3, like, one's tactical, one's personal, and one's funny or something like that. So you've got a massive range of things to say, which is a bit of a waste because I don't know why the game developers thought that people are going to be wasting time trying to like talk and emote to people when it's too much chaos going on in the battlefield. You haven't got time to start like waving at people like you do in Grand Theft and, you know, doing funny little dances and stuff, because you just get killed. So you're always constantly on your toes, you're always looking over your back, you're always trying to you know, like, survive. Basically, that's all it's all about, just survival. But it's quite easy when you fight one-on-one. I don't mind fighting one-on-one. It's only when you fight somebody who's been playing for a while and they'll run towards you full sprint and they'll hit you with a special and it'll break your block open because they've got the timing down. They know exactly when's the right time to start attacking as you approach. When you first start, because I've literally had this game maybe 2 hours, I've just bought it from the store, and I'm still really shit at the fighting. Like, it's taken us a while to get used to it, but once you start getting a bit better, you really start enjoying the game. Like I said, there's loads of objectives. You've got to like free the prisoners, or you've got to destroy the gate, or you've got to like stop the battering ram from getting to the gate. It just depends what side you're on, basically, whether you're defending or attacking. You can like climb up ladders, you can jump, but you don't really, like, it's not one of those games where you can just scale up any wall or climb over anything. You have to have a visible way of getting over. You can maybe jump on a box, and then like jump over a fence. You can do that kind of shit, but you can't like jump and pull yourself up or anything like that. Square is like your action button, so if you want to pick up a weapon or anything like that, or resupply or anything like that, it's your action button. Like I said, triangle is your special move with your weapon. Circle is to kick people. X is to jump. Square's your action. Your directions are flick through your weapons left and right, your primary and your secondary. Up is to heal yourself, and down is to use, in this case it's the trumpet, which is like a rally, puts everybody's health up in like the vicinity. And you can change that. You can pick stuff up like you know, like not shields, but like I don't know what they are. They're like barricades, mini barricades. You can like pick up and plant somewhere else, like a turret. If you need cover while you're shooting arrows and stuff, you can pick it up and place it down anywhere you want. You can get spike traps. If you're the archer, you get like a brazier, where it's like just like a bin that's on fire, so you can just keep lighting your arrows. It's like a portable fire that you can take around with you. Some of the one of the class, I think it's the Vanguard, they've got like petrol bombs. They've got like little vases of oil that explode when you throw them. So they're just like petrol bombs basically, and they're great because it's good for clearing out big like crowds of people. Also, it's good for you know, if you're trying to defend a doorway or something like that, then you can like just chuck it in the doorway, and anybody who gets near it will set on fire. Do you see how that guy had that candlestick thing? That it's because you can just pick up anything to fight with. You know, it's very, very good like that. It gives people the option to just go ballistic. And I've seen one video online, like the highlights of people playing and stuff. You know, like the funny bit. And he was just basically had a shield, a round shield, and no like primary weapon. So he was just like Captain America, and he was like throwing the shield, and it was hitting people in the face, and then he was picking the shield back up, and you know, it was just funny the amount of fun that people people have had on this already, and it's only been out like 3 weeks, and people already are just like really having fun with this game. It's because it's funny. There's so many funny scenarios. Like you'll just be looking at a fight like that, and then all of a sudden a catapult is being fired miles away by somebody, and it just lands and just blows up loads of people. Or you'll see someone's arm just fly through the air, or you know, like someone's head. It's really funny to have a go. I can only imagine, because like my friend hasn't got this yet, so you know, there's a few people who are playing it online. So if you can join on a couple of your friends can play at the same time, it's absolutely hilarious, especially when you work together and you know, like do the objectives and that. It just makes it much more fun. I mean, I think it would be better if there was some sort of one player mode. You can go into the options and just do a tutorial for the fighting, and you also can play offline where it just everybody's a bot, and it's just an AI bot, and you're basically playing against the AI bot, which is a great way to get used to the fighting, because that's how I played for the first couple of matches. I've just done it with the AI bots offline, so I had a chance to get used to the fighting for a bit, and then I felt comfortable to like go online. But you don't get any progress points or anything like that to unlock weapons or anything like that by just playing offline. So if you do want to level up any of the different classes that you're going to have to play online, like through the actual multiplayers. But another thing I noticed in the options is that you've got the option to turn off the cross-platform servers. So I'm playing on PlayStation 4, so I think it was for this match actually, and the first few matches I was playing with only PS4 other players, which I think makes it fair, because when you play cross-platform, Xbox, PC, everybody, people with PCs playing with a mouse have got a distinct advantage, because they can just move quicker and they can aim easier with the mouse. When you're firing arrows and stuff, you can literally just put your cursor where you want to shoot, whereas when you're aiming with a pad, you've got to be able to do it with analog sticks. Just little stuff like that, so it does make it unfair. But on the flip side, you do get a lot more chances to join the servers and join games, because obviously if you're doing cross-platform, then there's like you're exponentially expanding the amount of people that are actually playing. So it's up to you, but I like the option that you've actually got the option to turn off the cross-platform if you don't want to play with anybody but the people who are playing on the same like console or whatever it is you. So I like that idea. Yeah, I've turned the music off, because the music is okay. It only comes on every once in a while, like when you're doing an objective or if you're just about to win or lose, the music will kick in. But I prefer it if there's no music at all, because it makes it you know, more realistic. It's just better when you can hear the chaos. You can double tap square like I was saying before, and you just do like a battle cry, and it's just basically your guy shouting, and you can choose your voice and stuff. So there's like some funny voices there. There's only about 4 or 5 to choose from, and you've got to progress to unlock some of the good ones. But still, it's like giving you the option to do a battle cry when you're fighting. I mean, I don't think it makes any difference apart from just it sounds good and it looks good when you're actually doing it. You know, but it's good when you get used to fighting people. Like I was fighting this guy here. I'll just say that somebody shot him from the top with one of those huge bolts. that's another thing you find. Like there's lots of coincidence and lots of accidental death, and you know, people shooting arrows from miles away and you're getting a kill from miles away. Or you can, you know, you get killed by a boulder or some sort of siege weapon by accident. You know, or you can set on fire. It's just hilarious, some of the situations you get yourself in, and I do really enjoy the maps. Like I say, they're huge, the maps, absolutely gigantic. The span, it's not just the castle, it's the village before the castle, and you're like running over farmers' fields. You can see the castle in the distance, then you've got to get into the inner keep, and then you've got to actually get into the castle. You've got to break through or climb over the walls. It's just great. It takes forever. I mean, each match lasts a good, I would say about 25 to half an hour, 25 to 30 minutes, I would say. See, I took this fish here because I had never picked a fish up before. So I took the fish, and you see, you've just got a fish I can now throw. You know, it's just totally pointless, but it's that kind of humour, it's that kind of fun you can actually have just by fucking about and messing, having fun with your friends. Do you know what I mean? You can only imagine if you watch other people's videos of them playing online, where there's like 3 or 4 of them and they're all on the same server together, and it's hilarious. Some of the antics they get up to, some of the deaths and that, it's just mint. There's a guy with a barrel there. You know, you can just do anything you want. It's the freedom of this game that makes it good, and the fact it's just absolute total chaos. It's just crazy the amount of fun that's had. So it's like 30 quid or 35 quid on the store, so I would buy it if you like the look of the game. Then definitely get yourself out and buy it straight away, or download it as soon as you can, because it's definitely worth it. And yeah, so that's it. See you later.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.